Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is 10 days away, and today we are going to be getting into this video, which is making the rounds online. We'll also get into the validity of it. Is it real or is it fake? I think I may have the smoking gun that will really put this story to bed. So let's take a look at the footage. We have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta again, and then Ultra Ego Vegeta. Very interesting stuff. So here we have Ultra Ego Vegeta. As you can see, he is in his Ultra Ego form. Now, the interesting thing is how much effort they put into making the hair different. Look at these Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta hair. All these different lines and everything. And then you go to Ultra Ego, it noticeably has like literally different hair. Not only that, but the shading is different on the forehead and the cheeks here. I think they're trying to make it look convincing if it is a fake by basically saying there wouldn't be a shadow here. And then if you look here, there's shadows, right? But then if you look on the Super Saiyan God one, there are no shadows. And of course, these are different models. They're going to have different shadows on it. But what I find interesting is the hair. That's number one. The hair is obviously way different. And then the face is way different, right? And the forehead thing, why is there shading there? Again, this game has done some interesting things with shading, but none of these other Vegeta forms have shading on the forehead in that exact spot. We also get a look at Vegeta from the Buu Saga, Super Saiyan, and then Majin Vegeta. That's what I was going to say. I almost said Majin Vegeta, but no. Vegeta from the Buu Saga, and then Majin Vegeta. And none of them have the shading in the middle of the forehead. Again, that could just be a weird thing with this model. Maybe it's like a DLC character or something crazy like that, or maybe it's like a secret launch character that they're still ironing out. The only reason I'm reporting on this is because previously they said that all characters will be revealed before the game is announced, but then they snuck some new reveals on us. So they're not above sneaking reveals for the game. They're also being very quiet about some extra surprises that we'll have to play the game for. So with that in mind, let's look into some of the evidence that proves this may be fake. So right here under the name it says Vegeta Super Saiyan. And we don't get a good look to see if it would say Vegeta Ultra Ego here, because obviously Ultra Ego will be such a short name, it wouldn't have space on this little camera, whoever's recording it, right? So let's just take a look at this screen here. Now, I can't pause this video at the exact spot, so I went ahead and took a screenshot. Now look here, what do you notice here? There's Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Blue. And then this would be Ultra Ego. So they went through the effort of making this look convincing by adding more little logos for the different Vegetas. And this was Vegeta for Super Saiyan. So that's why they're saying Super Saiyan Super Vegeta could transform into Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. But right here, this would be Ultra Ego Vegeta. But there is no Ultra Ego hair here. So I don't know why they went through the extra trouble of adding this, right? It's a little weird. Why would they add this if it's fake, but not iron it out with the actual design? Well, the current theory is that this is an early character that they're working on, and they just haven't got around to that part in the process, right? That's a possibility. Or it could be a sign that it's fake. Now, let's get into Aeon Pinico on Twitter, who has some very interesting things to say about this. She says, what's interesting is even his placement on the roster would be accurate, because if UE was in the game, he'd be in Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's spot, and Super Saiyan 4 would be next to him. And if you were to scroll up after looking at Ultra Ego, you'd land on Buu Saga Vegeta, which in the video, he does. So let's break down the roster the way that Aeon was really breaking it down here. So this is the roster as it appears now. And then if you go over here, if you, like they did, just move Vegeta from GT Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta over, you actually saw in the video they went from God to Super Saiyan Blue to Ultra Ego, right? Well, I think they went from like Super Saiyan Blue back to God, but then back to Super Saiyan Blue, and then Ultra Ego, and then they went to Buu Saga, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and then Majin Vegeta. Again, if this is fake, they went through a lot of effort to make it look convincing, which, if you're wanting to fake something like this, you would. This reminds me of something called the Grinch leak in the Super Smash Bros. Community from a while back. If you were a part of the Super Smash Bros. Community, you would remember that there was a leak that was very convincing. Let's just say that. So, could this be real? Only time will tell. Sparking Zero releases in 10 days if you have early access, so I guess we'll know then. Let's get into the next story, which is Xenoverse 2 Chapter 1 DLC. Of course, the official site posted the future Saga Chapter 1 DLC is available now for the hit game Xenoverse 2. So this is Chapter 2, my bad. And the excitement is just beginning as the trailer for what comes next and the future Saga was just released. In the video, you'll see Fu growing more and more ominous and the gods of destruction arguing over something. This is going to be another fierce battle for the Time Patrollers. And before we get into this trailer, I need to say I can't play the trailer, obviously, because of copyright. But one thing I want to mention at the top of the video, in the last DLC pack, Broly was a surprise addition, and I believe they didn't reveal him until like a day before the DLC, or very shortly before the DLC released. So obviously we have a look at Belmod here, and Ultra Super Villain Jiren here, but that doesn't mean they are going to be the only characters in this pack. Keep that in mind. This is just what they're willing to tease at the start. So getting into some of the story here, I want to talk about this right here. So Beerus says, that's it, I'm destroying Universe 7. That's very interesting. This Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC is definitely playing with some fanfiction ideas, because there is a lot of fanfiction out there, like what if Beerus wanted to destroy the universe. Now, obviously I don't think he's actually going to destroy the universe in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. This is obviously just him responding to a threat, and maybe he insists on it, but then he's stopped. Of course, we got some Topo and Dispo action here, but Belmod being playable does seem to be a real possibility since he's taking part in this cutscene. And we see Champa here as well, who is also playable, so that would be cool if we had some Dragon Ball Super manga moves for Belmod since he fought in that tournament with the other gods of destruction. Then, of course, we have Ultra Super Villain Jiren looking pretty busted. They didn't really go into in the moves or anything like that. This was mainly like a story trailer, but it does look like that Fu is experimenting on himself. Supreme Kai Time says, did Fu really experiment on himself? So that's pretty cool for you Fu fans. It looks like he's definitely leaning more toward being a villain. Now what is this? I just realized this. So apparently this is just a little glitch here, but if you look at it, Fu's hair. Oh wait, no, that's just like a crystal. Okay, my bad. I was about to say, is that the portal? But no, it doesn't look like the portal. It looks like purposely one of the crystals. Anyway, you have Jiren here, pretty cool. And then the trailer ends with Ultra Instinct Goku going to live up to his promise, and he's going to stop Jiren. So Jiren's like, you have what it takes to stop me. So one thing I noticed about this trailer was the quality was a little weird. I think that'll be fixed by the final version or whatever. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's a little pixelated, weirdly enough. But yeah, that's the next DLC teaser, looking pretty cool. And just to cap off the video, Daima premieres in 2 weeks. Super Chronicles posted this, so make sure you follow Super Chronicles for updates. He's been posting a lot of updates about where it's streaming in different areas, different regions, different countries, so make sure you follow to keep up to date with that. So Goku and friends have been turned into minis as the new Dragon Ball journey begins. How excited are you, and what are you looking forward to most? So yeah, there you go. 2 weeks, Dragon Ball Daima. Everybody's pumped. Figured I'd end the video with this because it's something we can all agree on. If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe to keep up to date with all things Dragon Ball news and commentary. And I will see you in the next one. Peace off.